For years, South Carolina women's basketball has been the standard: depth, dominance, and Dawn Staley's unmatched culture of winning. But this season, something feels different. The Gamecocks aren't collapsing, but they're slowing down, struggling in ways nobody predicted, and facing a mounting crisis that even Staley herself cannot ignore. From injuries to roster shortages, inconsistent performances, and alarming signs of fatigue, South Carolina suddenly looks vulnerable, and the rest of the SEC can smell it. Fans are worried. Analysts are asking questions. And the big one is echoing across college basketball: is South Carolina in trouble? Let's break down the reality behind the Gamecocks crisis, and whether Dawn Staley can pull off another miracle season despite all the chaos. South Carolina is facing one of the thinnest benches Staley has ever worked with: key injuries, player illnesses, conditioning issues, limited depth in crucial positions. At one point, USC was down to 7 active players, a situation unheard of for a powerhouse program. This has forced overextended minutes, smaller rotations, fatigue showing late in games, defensive lapses not typical of Staley teams. The Gamecocks are fighting, but the strain is real. When you rely on fewer players, the effects become obvious. Transition defense slows, rebounding falls off, shooting legs fade, turnovers rise. In second half, South Carolina is still talented enough to win, but they're no longer steamrolling opponents. And in the SEC? That's a dangerous shift. For the first time in years, rival coaches see cracks. Teams are attacking USC inside, pushing tempo to exploit tired legs, sending waves of fresh bodies at them, taking advantage of mismatches and rotations, the psychological advantage South Carolina once had. It's not guaranteed this time. Staley knows what's happening, and she's not sugarcoating it. Behind the scenes, she has shortened practice intensity, adjusted game plans, prepared emergency rotations, challenged veterans to step up, urged younger players to accelerate development. But even for a Hall of Famer, this is one of her toughest coaching stretches. Here's the truth: South Carolina isn't collapsing. But yes, they're in trouble compared to their usual dominance. If they don't get healthy, if the roster doesn't stabilize, if fatigue continues to build, the Gamecocks could be vulnerable heading into tournament season in a way the country isn't used to seeing. But here's the other side: Dawn Staley thrives in adversity. And her players believe in her more than ever. If they survive this stretch, if they get healthy at the right time, South Carolina could become the most battle-tested team in America. This story is far from finished.